media exclusive, IntellectualRadio.com. I'm here with my girl, Noree Victoria. We about to get in her business. All right. Again, thank you for chiming in. I know it's crazy early. Well, you in LA, so it's like 11 or so, right?
Well, according to LA people, it's crazy early, but it's all good. You know how the West Coast is, a little bit laid back, but no, it's all good. Yeah, it's 11:30 here.
It's 11:30. Okay, well
Yep.
that's not that bad. That's not that
No,
bad. You up a little bit, looking good, like you've been up all night,
always.
always.
I'm
So
in pre-production right now for a project, so it's like 4:30. Up until 4:30, working on things. Sometimes that's like.
I know we had a little a late start with audio problems, so we got to jump in. I'm gonna try to get it in as quick as we can with as much information as we can, and then first off, uh, a lot of people who may or may not know you, of course, from the TV series Ricky Smiley Show, right? I have to say, I want to hug you sometimes. I watched a couple of those those scenes, and you was kind of crazy a little bit, just a little bit, like you one of those ride or die, somebody I can see myself hanging out with, like I know you'll have my back type of stuff. And then of course you and I spoke on your face, I mean your Instagram, and you was sitting at the gun range, which further let me know I could ride with her. She cool with me, okay? So tell us about how it all started. I know you book smart, and we'll jump into that as well. You're definitely book smart. I love that about you. And then on top of that, the talent beyond it. So let's jump into I guess I'll go from choosing to be in the realm that you in talent lot wise, even though you crazy book smart. How y'all fit in?
You know what? So funny. So last night I was up in one of my deep thoughts, and I was thinking, I wish I could clone myself because I really do right now want to go get a PhD in anthropology just because I'm so interested right now in the time that we're in. And can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me.
It is. It's just seriously quiet.
I'm a speak louder. Is that okay?
I'm trying to see. Yeah, I'm good on loud as I can over here. I don't know if the Facebook Live can hear it.
Let me
Yeah.
audience hang in with us. This is 2020. We're rocking through it. Hold on. I'm gonna get some headphones. See if that helps.
No, you're actually good, Noree. You're
Oh,
actually good. It's just it seems like it's a little lower. I want to make sure that the Facebook Live, they're able to hear you. I can hear you great, and of course the
all right.
radio station itself can hear you great when we upload it. I just want to make sure that the live can actually hear it. But we're good. You're good. So go ahead.
Our Facebook people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I was saying is that sometimes I wish honestly I could split my life in between academia and then I'm just a very curious person. Like I just can't not care about everything. So if I see something on TV and they're talking about what indigenous people ate in Papua New Guinea, I'm like, oh, I need to read a book on that, or I want to study this. And so when I went to school, I couldn't decide. I got a degree in biology, African studies, and writing because I just couldn't decide what I wanted to do. And then went to school for my graduate program in information technology and ended up being like, I want to write and act. And so I feel like you don't have to choose, honestly. It's just a matter of what your body, what you want to push your body and your mind to, literally, because time is limited on this planet, right? We're only here for the weekend, theoretically.
It seemed like it. Yeah, it seemed like it.
Right. Humans are just here for the weekend. But, I love telling stories. I love telling stories. I love being creative. I love telling the stories of the human condition. And what I've found is that every single thing that I've immersed myself into, every curiosity that I've explored, I get to bring it into my work. So it's not so much of a complete sacrifice. You know what I mean? Like I love roles, and this has been a conversation in 2020 and in the last few years. Like, what roles are you giving Black women? Like,
Yeah.
are we getting roles where we can flex what we know, flex our experience, flex who we are as a whole person? It doesn't even have to be academia, college, just your life experience. Don't give us one line where we're just,
Yeah,
you
snappy.
know,
Yeah.
doing the same thing. Let us live our full breadth of experience, whether that's as a mother, a caretaker, if you've been in a certain city and you know your hood, you know your block in and out, or you've been to school. Like I feel fortunate to have an intersection of coming from Baltimore and having some opportunities that's my UPS man. They not like the Fed. Like I have to tell them sometimes, yo, what did I do? It's a packet. Yeah, so intersectionality come together in art.
Now,
Of
was
everything,
it hard to choose? Because when you put so much passion in school, and I know you even went to the extreme of not doing your senior year, which was dope. Maybe you should tell all the people how to get through the senior year without having action. But senior year is actually dope. But we'll talk about that at another interview. But to have that.
I got expelled from school, and that led to
What?
my.
You?
All right, listen, we got to talk about. All right, so we got to talk. Let's back up a little bit. I was a straight A student. I loved school. It was an escape for me because Baltimore has a lot of elements. That's me. I love my city. It's a lot of elements to navigate though. So my imagination in school and learning different things was kind of an escape. I was bullied in middle school, right? Can we say words?
No.
Words?
No.
Are we censored?
Yeah, we are censored. We are
Okay,
censored a little
all right.
bit, just a little bit. Yeah, we censored.
It's all good. Sometimes I have to tell the story in a different way. So I was picked on for like a year. And that's a whole nother conversation with gentrification and how they marginalize us and pit us against each other in certain neighborhoods. It's really not our fault. But anyway, I had to end up, this girl came on the school bus one day and she punched me in my eye. And she had been picking on me. But I beat her up so bad because people underestimate me because I'm small.
You are small.
I beat her up and I had my keychain in my hand and so they said I had a weapon. So I got expelled from school. That's part of my story, right?
Right.
But when I had to go to night school, but the night school teacher that I had was a community college professor and he said, "You don't belong here, mama." And I was like, "I know. I was just defending myself." So he taught me what he was teaching his community college students. So by the time they let me back in the school system,
Right.
I was out of there. So I've actually petitioned the school board since I was done the curriculum. I looked at it when I came back. I was like, I did this already. The gentleman who helped me, I know this already. And so I petitioned the school board. They let me go early. I went to college at 16. That's how I passed my senior year. You never know how things are going to work out.
True.
So,
Facts. So let's
all right,
let's
back to the
right. So now we're gonna move into acting as well as producing. Because again, you can act because obviously that's how you and I got intertwined because of the skills and the stuff that I've seen. Plus, you're actually producing as well. So tell me how both of those fit. Do you ever like working in the films that you're actually producing? Like, is that hard?
There's one coming up in 2 weeks. I'm producing and starring in Chicago, and I have to say that last night it is because you have two different bodies you have to live in as a producer and as a creative. As a producer, it's yes, no, get it done all day. The decisions you have to make. And so it kind of takes you out, it rigidly takes you out of your fluid creative mode where, oh, I'm daydreaming, exploring the character, exploring the world, exploring my motivations. And so I have to actually take chunks of time out to say, all right, today I'm not going to worry about the budget that has to happen because of COVID now, all the testing that has to happen, or how the actors are being accommodated and catering and wardrobe, and we just lost this person and say, guys, you have to create boundaries. Guys, today's creative for me. And so even though I've been acting for a while, I engage an acting coach to bring me back in, to bring me back down to this world so I can be this person, so I can live here and don't do a disservice to my audience when they see it. I don't want them to see a producer. I want them to see the character.
So you'll be, are you, is it already done or you'll be here in Chicago as well?
I'll be in Chicago December 5th, and then for a minute producing. So that's coming up.
Oh,
Right in
so
the
what I'm
mix.
getting out of this is an in studio interview for this project. I mean, I'm just going so beyond my wits right now. Is this what you're telling me? Is this what she's saying?
What you mean when I get to Chicago?
Yeah.
It's I'm working every single day. The days are going to be like 16 hours, so we'll like
We'll work it out.
yeah,
I
we'll
mean,
work it out.
of course, I can always travel. I have crew, but I mean, it's up to you. No pressure, but it's a
Yeah,
little pressure. Just no pressure, but a little.
I'll take it. Listen, from your heart to my mind, like I'll keep that in so we can process that and see how we can make that happen.
See, pressure's not bad, but I like that. I like that.
Oh no, closed mouths don't get fed, mama.
Would you tell them? Would you tell? And I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Okay, so we ask these things now, but I would love to definitely know. So you know what? We're gonna keep that project just a little bit on the wrap. So if we are able to get you in here, we can talk about it because it'll actually be in production. So I definitely cannot wait to discuss that. I mean, we can always talk about it off air. That's the perks of being, media exclusive, of course. But so you have the project, of course, coming up. I know 2020 has been a drag, but you're still able to keep yourself moving, function, and still popping, which is all love. I love it. And then the way you think, I love it. Is everybody could take this pandemic and just let it really take them over. But in your case, when I'm on your lives, it's so positive. You actually inspire myself as well because everybody goes through their moments. But I love that you keep that energy where, hey, look, at the end of the day, anytime you're above the ground, you could be successful in whatever it is. And I love that. I love that. So does that trickle into your projects as well?
Absolutely. Like just you gotta have an optimism about the magic that is life no matter what's going on. We are resilient people. Like if we look at the where we've come from just collectively, and I think it's just a place of gratitude of knowing that no matter where we are, it could be much worse, right? And to be honest, listen, before this pandemic, I was exhausted. I'm vice chair of an organization. I help run an alumni organization of another acting program, and just keeping up with, because your work is never done as an actor. You're always auditioning. You're always working on your craft, and just going here and there and running here and there. When the universe said, "Sit down, be quiet, humans. Sit down, listen, humans. Sit down, take care of each other, humans. Sit down, pay attention to justice, pay attention to the world, pay attention to your neighbor." I, in the midst of all of this, was honestly, and I don't want anyone going through the toughest of times to take this any kind of way, but I was relieved to sit down, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
And was able to focus and kind of funnel in and laser focus on the things that, okay, I've been so scattered. This thing needs to be elevated. I wrote a series during this pandemic. I developed a television series and graduated from a screenwriting program. I'm always like looking for things to enrich,
Yes.
the experience, this human experience. And I I have gone through some unique traumatic experiences to me. Growing up in Baltimore, my parents were injured in front of me, like when I was very little. They survived, and the optimism that my dad came out of that situation. We had a home invasion, right, in Baltimore, and so the optimism that my parents have come out of that with, despite the problems, despite being attacked with firearms. It just is, I'm like, I'm here for a reason,
Yes.
right? Because one of those bullets was meant for me. My dad took it. My dad intervened.
Mm.
And so it's like, how dare I waste this time? How dare I wallow in, temporary circumstances? How dare I not help other people? I, I come from a family, a philosophy where if we have $1, you have 50 cents.
Yeah.
So it's like, what can I do? to further enrich my human experience and people around me, no matter what's going on. I'm going to be out in the streets fighting for justice, seeing what I can do behind the scenes for people, what I can create to make people happy, you know?
And that's what I love, because especially being a woman, in what they consider a man-made world, okay?
Mhm.
But to have the women stepping up and being bold about it, being aggressive about it, letting them know like the purpose is not just what you may believe, you know, us women are supposed to be here for. And I love that when especially when you step in something and dominate it, then you have the men like, oh, okay, she belong here. My bad, Noree, this all you, let me step to the side so you can do what you do. And I love that. I mean, you want to have that. I mean, men gonna have their, perceptions, of course. That's fine. Very attractive woman. So you already know where I'm going with that. But when you
That's a
show them,
whole
yeah, but when you show them, it's more than just looks, that you have the brains, you have the kahunas to step up in the same shoes that they're in. Girl, let me tell you, that's a testimony right there. That's a testimony right there.
Thank you.
I'm
Much
saying,
more.
I appreciate
Listen,
it.
I will tell you that it is I just had a conversation with a friend yesterday. It is a challenge in this particular industry that never goes away. And so when I engage with people, I like to be open and warm and friendly, right? And that can be mistaken as
Mm.
an invitation into an area that I did not invite you in. And it can get a little frustrating at times because I, I I'm like, can we just work?
Yeah.
Can we work? Can we create something great? Can we?
Something, yeah.
so so it's you have to, and I'm looking at, look, to each his own. Listen, to each his own. But I'm about my business, right? And so I don't I don't sweat opportunities that I have to walk away from if you're on foolish time.
Yeah.
If you're on, and there have been some situations where I'm just like, I can't work with you, love. You just don't get what's going on here.
Exactly. What'd you say? They
And
got the wrong pill in the matrix?
you
Yeah.
got the wrong channel, the wrong frequency here, right? And I really appreciate those who can. There's a lot who can, but there have been many situations in this industry, even of people who, and the ego is a very tricky thing, a fragile thing. A lot of people cannot take, you know, I'm not interested in this type of connection, but we can work together.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't take that kindly, especially people in power. And so I made it my business to become an exec, to become a producer, to become a decision maker, a change maker, so that you are not in control of my destiny.
That's right.
You cannot like it if you don't want to. That's fine. You're not gonna stop this
Right.
cannonball. It is going with or without your feelings.
And with that being said, they probably already know now. When in the beginning they always try to test. They're trying to see if they can be the one to break you because of statute or anything like that. But I don't get that from you. Even before our connection, right? I didn't get that. And you would learn a lot about an individual when you own their pages or you own they lives and stuff, because it's really them. This is no camera, no scripts. This is the real them, unfiltered, the rawness. And like I said, when you were, I think you was just chilling in the car, like I said, waiting to go in the gun range, and you
Yeah.
said something that I had to speak on. So let me see. You said somebody was looking like they was gonna walk up to your car, and you just had that like, I don't play that, and I felt that. Yeah, I felt that inside my soul, because I'm like, she probably be a capo. Like and like I said, from seeing you on the shows and the movies, how tall are you?
5'1".
Let me tell y'all, for y'all who for y'all who have not yet seen her or checked her out on her platforms, which will have you drop in a second, y'all, you would think she's like 6'2", 5'9", because her man, she talked like she about that life, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. But the short ones are always the ones that be capping. Noree, you ain't have that capping, are you?
You know what's funny is that I read this quote one time. It's like walk like you have 3,000 ancestors behind you, and that's how I feel. Really, I feel really supported by. This is a whole other conversation, but the spirit world, right? I feel really supported by my family. I feel really supported by my people who see me. And I don't feel the need to compromise how I walk in this world, what I have to say, what I have to contribute. And yeah, I guess that's a tall personality. You know what's funny is that I never realized how much shorter I was than everybody else until I started looking at pictures, like in this industry, and started watching film. I was like, oh, we're not the same height. No, we're not the same height.
Was it with the heels?
It's a feeling, and there are some people that are large in stature that feel small and walk through this world feeling small. And that's unfortunate. And I hope that, looking at and gravitating to people, enemy I'm sorry, comparison is the enemy of your contribution to the world. Like, don't compare yourself to other people, but still be inspired, right? Be inspired to walk and speak and say what you got to say. You never know who's going to hear it. I didn't know you were out there, right? I just saw, you pop up on the screen. We didn't know each other. We just happened to connect digital, frequencies align.
And you know what? It's probably supposed to happen that way. Like, I really believe in, the universe connects when, those who are supposed to meet. A lot of people don't get into that, but I'm like really getting into that whole connection. And when you get into that, it's a different vibe. It's a different, look on life when you're able to connect in that way. I believe, like, okay, I was on my, Instagram, doing me, minding my own, doing some little silly stuff. And then you popped up and I was like, yo, I just saw her, like, one of those moments, like, yo, I just saw her in the film. Like, yo, that was my joint. I downloaded, by the way. And for y'all don't know what film I'm talking about, it's Walk Away from Love. Baby, when I tell you, it was in 2015, but yeah, it seemed like it was just right then and there because I was supposed to see that. I have my little moment when I have a little heartbreak. You know how it go. And you have to choose. And the storyline, and she's very funny in here, y'all. Shout out to, is it Nolan? What's his last name?
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah. Oh my God. He has a few um movies that he's done that I've peeped. And you've been in a few of his. Am I correct?
That's Mr. Get It Done, Christopher Nolan. He reached out to me for a Christmas movie a few years ago, and then we bought. It was just a small part in that. And listen, I believe in. Sometimes we can discount our people's platforms, right? And look right past them and look at the gatekeepers who have been keeping us out anyway, trying to get there. You got to look at the people that are getting it done with what they have, no matter what. And every opportunity that I've had in life has been honestly from reaching back out, right? So Christopher, he was like, listen, this is the budget, this is what we have to work with. Boom, 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 come in. He found out that I'd started producing music videos in Atlanta. Like, I moved from Baltimore to Atlanta, and then I was producing short films. I actually produced with Matthew Cherry. He just won an Oscar for Hair Love, the book about
with the baby,
that Blue Ivy is narrating. And so, finding people that are like trying to get started and just getting started, don't turn your back on them. Because you never know. Like, you never know what that's going to turn into. There was a director, Rob Hardy, when I first started in this industry. He said, Noree, when you get through the door, you wedge your foot in and pull somebody else through. And let them tell them they got to pull somebody else through too. I'm pulling you through so you can pull somebody else through. So Chris is that person, and here we are today, still producing together. But yeah, Chris of Chicago. He calls himself Christopher Nolan, the black one.
The black one. I have a question for you. So I have like these great ideas, right, for movies. And when it gets down to writing, oh my God, it's like the hardest thing for me. Like, I could talk it out all day, probably record it on a record it, but like, how do you get through that blockage to write it from taking it from out of the head into the paper?
I let go of the trappings of this is what it's supposed to be like, the formatting, my grammar, my spelling. Don't worry about all of that. You have ideas, just start freeform writing. Just start writing. There's an artist, Michaela Cole. She went to, she created I May Destroy You, this series. She said, I didn't know what I was doing. Now she has a series on HBO. But the point is, you got to start. It's not going to get out if you don't start. So no matter what it looks like, if it looks like scribble on a page, Spike Lee never types his scripts. They're all handwritten. All his scripts are scribble. Like they're books and books of just notes and all right, I want this person to feel kind of intimidating when they come in and then I want them to say this. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? And so I would say if you have the ideas, here's the thing about ideas, what I've learned. Once you start thinking about them, that's energy. You're putting that out in the ether. I always feel like once I think on an idea too much, I see it. Somebody else has grabbed it. Like it's like they grab it out of the air. It's like you're putting out that frequency and the ideas out there. So don't sleep on your ideas. Don't sleep on like and get rid of the word hard. It's a challenge, right? It's not hard. Like you got a pen, you got a paper, you got the idea. Whatever that looks like, just write it out. And then there are some classes that you don't even have to like I take advantage of some free classes on Coursera sometimes. That's an app, and sometimes I have a book that teaches me how to format. Um, just tell yourself that this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. The world needs to hear what I have to say, even if it's the world in your living room right now. Don't deprive us of that.
Okay, that's what I'm talking. See, she's very inspirational, y'all. I'm telling you, if you have one of those moments and you feel like the odds is against you, just go on her page. She has that love and light, and you is needed nowadays. I enjoy it. I have fun when I go on her page. You just never know when it comes to her, but she also have that energy and is needed. The energy is definitely needed. This 2020 has been wow.
It's a ride, right? It's been a
Wow.
ride for a lot of people. And I may need yours too. Like people reach out to me sometimes, and I found this young man last night. He did a mix of, and it was music. It's whatever art form you're into. Like I like a little bit of everything. I like music. I like rapping. I did it. Like I'm just curious, everything. And I feel like everybody's contribution matters. This young man, he mixed my boo with Earth, Wind, and Fire September. And I was like, you don't know how much I needed this because I'm writing and I heard this music pop up and I'm like, okay, I'm tired, but I got to keep going. And so I was like, young man, like, what's your, I like to, not to, I feel like a lot of deeds should be done, behind closed doors. But I do like to ask people for their cash apps, no matter what I have, right? If I can give them something because sometimes we take the art and the inspiration from the world and we don't know what that person is going through or what resources they have. So if I could pay it forward, I just always feel like I'll get it right back.
Mm-hmm. Two
One
times
of my
fold.
favorite, yeah, one of my favorite lines. I mean, it's not a Bible verse or anything like that. It's Jay Z's line that says, "Lost 91 bricks, got it right back." Like I just love the fact that just that energy around that, just whatever you put out, coming
Get it
back.
back. Yeah, yeah. I mean that's why we're here on this earth, though. We here to pay it forward. We here to make sure we extend those blessings. What's the purpose of having them if you keep them to yourself? I'm just saying.
It's the rent you pay to exist on earth, right? That's what Muhammad Ali said. It's the rent you pay to exist on earth.
I like that. Y'all feel me? Y'all feel this energy? I feel this energy. I'm all good. When I have interviews with dope people, man, it's just the energy just is crazy. Like we having a session right now because we got a microphone, so it's a session. We having a session. We dropping gems, as they say, gems. But so with that being said, I know I'm only a 2 o'clock spot, but let everybody know where they can get at you. I know you'll be here. Let them know again, like you'll be here in December with the project. Just drop all of your handles and let everybody know to come support.
It's Noree Victoria everywhere. If you just type in Noree, Noree Victoria, that's my real name. You can find me. You can find me everywhere, and I try to engage. There's sometimes where I'm working and I check, every once in a while. But if you have a question, a concern, a comment, like we can talk about it. I have a lot of people that ask for resources, and I'm willing to give them out. I don't believe in holding information. Like you're gonna die with it, and then what? You got to give it to the next generation, and that generation doesn't mean older, a younger. It could be older or whatever. The next generation of creatives, so they can carry on soon. You know?
Facts. And then
Yes.
a lot of people doing a Netflix still and chilling. Let them know movies that they can download, of course, that you're in. If because a lot of people hit me up on my social medias all the time. What's a good movie? What's a good movie? What's a good movie? So you're here. Let them know what's good movies that they can download for free from off
Well,
the.
they can check out the People versus O.J. Simpson, that series. I was in that series, the juror that lost his biscuits. They can catch Walk Away from Love. I was in a movie. I played a warrior mermaid. It's a family film called Scales. Mermaids Are Real. That was really fun. Let's see. I'm not sure what platform Queen Sugar is on, but yeah, Ralph Angel and I, had a little thing going on Queen Sugar. So it's so funny when people ask me about my projects. I got to really think because it's always like moving forward, the next thing. But yeah, if you search, you can go to IMDb.
Yeah.
Everything is there. Oh, I have a movie almost forgot. I did another movie during this pandemic with director Van Elder called Kings of LA. And that's going to be like an action-packed, gritty drama between like the gangs and the politics in South Central in LA. And I love a little bit of that.
So real quick, your role in this will be what? I mean, are we looking at some swagging, or are we like the innocent and I can't believe that this is happening, and this is not supposed to happen to us type of thing? What are we expecting out of this one with your character?
In the movie I'm talking about, Kings
Yes.
of LA.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the mayor's wife. I don't play, honey.
See y'all. She's 5'1", y'all. Be on the lookout. I'm trying to tell you, she's about that life. Let me find out you got tattoos and something over there hidden.
I want to get tatted. I want to get tatted so bad, man. If I
you don't have none.
Like,
you have none.
I do. I have one that I got when I was 16, and it's a mess. It's on my ankle. I'm gonna get that fixed. And then I have an ankh, a symbol like the Kemetic symbol, the ankh on my back. But if I could get all tatted and then just etch a sketch and erase it,
that's funny. Hey, well, if you here, I got tattoo friends, so let me know what you want to do when you drop here. Places if you're hungry. You said what?
I want to get one reworked.
Hey, I got a few of them. You just let me know when you drop down what you want to do, especially with places, we still have like a small, lockdown here in Chicago. But if you're hungry, let me know. It's a couple places that I will definitely recommend. Just let me know around what area so that you can go out. Or I wouldn't recommend a Grubhub. I don't like those. Not trying to not trying to bash my understanding. Got to get their hustles on, but it's just something about people handling my food. I don't know. I don't know. Right. Yeah, I don't know. But
it's funny because they're really strict when we're in the production bubble. Like our food has to be packaged now. It has to be packaged a certain way. It's a whole new world. Yeah. But we're navigating it. We're gonna get through this.
Of
course. We're gonna come out the other side and
everybody getting forced vaccines. That's another topic though. that's another topic. We gonna hold that one. We gonna hold that one. we gonna hold that one. I don't know what Earl. That's my injured Earl. I don't know what to tell you if we got to get it back. I don't know. We gonna.
Y'all catch me in the forest naked, warming myself by a campfire.
And I would come past with marshmallows. What is you talking about, Sheridan? I don't. Yeah, that's another combo, y'all. We gonna hold that vaccine moment for when that's flat.
I just want us to stay healthy and safe and loved and connected and empathic and in tune spiritually, no matter what you believe in. Tolerance, acceptance, love. Let's get off this BS that we're on, judging people. We gotta stick together, like it's now more than ever, and we've lost some people this year, man. been a crazy year as far as our people that have become ancestors this year. So while we're here, let's do what we can and make the most of it. We're only
That's
here for
right.
the weekend. That's
That
it.
is. She said what she said, and I'm stamping on it. Noree, babe, thank you so much for giving me this interview. It was a blast. I can't wait to get updated when, of course, if you're able to drop in and grace us in the actual studio. Um, don't hesitate. I'll definitely hit you up and find out what's going on with you and get anything that's updated that's going on. I love staying in tune with everyone, and we're like familia now. So now I'm definitely gonna be in. You're like, yo, what's up? What you got? What you doing? What you got
Hit me
Amazon
up.
delivering?
I'm right here. Hit me up.
I got you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go get that Amazon package. Make sure, uh, they ain't delivered to somebody else.
I will.
I bet. I'll get with you
Okay.
soon. We'll talk a little bit longer, get some rest, and thank you again for embracing us with your presence today.
Of course. Take care.
You too, babe.
Much love.
Peace. Just like that, you guys, we are having fun. That was my homegirl, Noree Victoria, and I love the energy. I definitely hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Again, Earl, that's my man over there. We had some fun, and she has great energy. Look, represent her, man. Show some love. Support her. She will be here in Chicago, so hopefully we'll get her here on the actual show. Y'all can get that with me, of course, every Friday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. IntellectualRadio.com and iHeartRadio station. I am your girl, Leah Luki R. Shout out to my man Ali, who couldn't be with us today, but y'all already know he's here in love and spirit. I don't know what else to tell you guys, man. We up, I'm out. Earl, you got anything you want to say to the world? Good job. All right, just like that, y'all. Media exclusives, man. Look for me everywhere. Google me, Leah Luki R, Leah Luki Royster. I'm everywhere. All the platforms you can imagine. That is that. See you guys next week. You never know who I got, man. Thank you again, Noree. Love you. Peace.